notices.
What?
600 to go.
Are you serious?
At Wassa. And that's the reality. That's the reality of things.
Yes.
It's very, 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 very sad because we know, of course, the state of affairs in the country today where people cannot find job, just coming out of a pandemic where people were home for 2 years plus, and actually with no real assistance, no real policy in place to at least give the citizens a kickstart. Instead of getting a kickstart to recover, you get a kick out of whatever
Mr.
job.
Victor, you and your crew are trying to help people, and you have been helping people all around in the Beaterman places, and you have been going around and trying to help the people. Why not the government, who has more resources, try to help the people?
Well, the government, their plan that, and their policy, which is no plan and no policy, it seems as though that the government is quite clueless as to the necessary policies to put in place to really move the country. And when I said move the country, I'm speaking in terms of getting the country up and working again. What we are seeing, though, is instead of the government introduce policies to get the country going again, they further sending the country down the drain, because just recently we had a set of TSTT workers sent home. Now we are here in Wassa going to be receiving their letters this Friday, which is tomorrow, please God. And then, of course, we are also hearing that on the chopping board, T and Tech standby. So what is happening, what we will see, because of a lack of policies, what we will be seeing is a rise in the crime situation. We will see more murders, we will see more robbery, we will see more home invasion. We will see, crime will continue to escalate because the government have absolutely no plan as to restructure the economy, no plan in terms of attracting foreign investors. Matter of fact, the few foreign investors that we had and still have to a point, they are now migrating themselves and their business to Guyana. And the reason for this is that Trinidad and Tobago is heading down. We are heading down a road. Matter of fact, we are heading so deep down that it might very well be impossible for the next government to really put a handle on things in a quick time. So it's a matter of fact. What we are experiencing now is some of the effects. Some of the effects as a result of government decision to close Petrotrin 1. Petrotrin was the breadwinner. It was one of the sustained breadwinner in this country. Petrotrin has provided economic balance within this country. They have also provided US money, Forex. Petrotrin also were a provider of the Heritage and Stabilization Fund. Right? As a result of Keith Rowley's decision to close Petrotrin to protect his friend and his financier of the PNM, what we are now faced with, because a matter of fact, we have seen Rowley and Imbert and Stuart Young and the whole cabinet spoke of Petrotrin draining the economy, and the government had to be putting millions upon millions of dollars to keep Petrotrin alive. And we have seen Gary Aboud, who had applied to the Freedom of Information and receiving the information from that institution. We have seen where the Prime Minister and his cabinet,
Yes.
that they were lying to this country.
Okay.
They were lying because the information show that the government, they had not bailed Petrotrin out. And a matter of fact, Petrotrin were making a profit 2015, 16, 17, 18 until the government took the decision to shut down Petrotrin.
And what did the government... So I don't know too much about Petrotrin and what's going on. And a lot of people there who don't know. So you just keep, you know what I mean?
Going with rumors.
Yes, we don't know. So Petrotrin, what was Petrotrin about?
Well, Petrotrin was state-owned. Petrotrin was into the energy. Petrotrin was basically one of the backbone in the energy sector.
Right.
Right? Petrotrin would have dealt with the refining of crude, the byproducts that come out from the refinery when they refine that oil.
But do we still have those products?
Well, we now have to import those products.
So we had the products and they closed it down.
Right. So we had the products where where Petrotrin were providing all the byproduct from the oil, so to speak. Right? All the byproduct from the oil.
Yeah.
And a matter of fact, out of one of the byproducts that we would have received out of that refining process was bitumen. And bitumen is a key ingredient to provide
paving
of our roads.
Oh, that's a pitch.
Right. It's not the pitch.
Oh.
It's more like a liquid tar.
Okay.
Right? And we had Lake Asphalt who would have do their thing. And coming out of Petrotrin, we would have also have our diesel fuel.
Yes.
We'd have our gas.
Right.
Right? We'd have kerosene, commonly called pitch oil.
So all those products coming from outside now?
Right. So what we have to do now is that we have to import those products. So it's a matter where we shut down what we were producing, and then we are spending billions of dollars to import the same thing.
What was the reason for that?
And the reason for that is basically the fake oil scandal where high-ranking P&M officials was involved. That's the reason.
Oh my gosh.
High-ranking P&M officials, a matter of fact, one of the candidates that Keith Rowley had screened and sent to fight the Superior seat, a matter of fact, that individual was one of the key figures in terms of the investigation. He was named in the audit report as one who conspired with that farm out company to defraud Petrotrin by fake oil, by sending invoice and collecting millions of dollars for oil that have not reached the tank farm in Pointe-à-Pierre.
So they were benefiting from this?
Well, not only they. Let me tell you something.
Yes.
The government were also using Petrotrin as a financier to the P&M. Petrotrin was also used to, while Petrotrin will perform their corporate aspect, Petrotrin was also used as a cash cow for the government.
But has this been going on for years and years?
Well, the audit,
and then why now they choose to close it down?
The audit,
yeah.
Well, yeah, I need to know which one of the questions he was asking. If the corruption was going on for years,
and then
no. Well, the audit shows where, as from 2016, there were discrepancies in relation to that purchasing of oil from a Catskill field. So it began in 2016 according to the audited report. Right. That is when it began. Added to that, you see, you have to remember, Corky, that the Prime Minister took the initiative while a high-profile investigation was going on into this fake oil scandal, which resulted in the closure of Petrotrin.
Right.
The Prime Minister took it upon himself to intervene at a sensitive stage of that investigation by making it public that he and the subject in question, who the investigation surrounds, which was A&V drilling. Right. The Prime Minister made it known publicly that that gentleman is his personal friend. Now, what message would that send? Would it be subliminal? But what message would it send to the investigators, to the auditors, to the courts, to the arbiters, to everything?
So what you're saying, people are to suffer in the country because this one person is your friend.
Right. So the Prime Minister sent that message out there that this gentleman who is the subject of the investigation, that's my personal friend. So the Prime Minister said that he told the media, I call Mr. Bash and I also call Vidya Dilki Singh, who was a PNM candidate. And I called to find out what is this I am hearing about this fake oil scandal. Now, Corky, I want to take my time for you to understand something.
Yes, I want to understand too.
Why would the Prime Minister call?
Yes.
Why would the Prime Minister
Yeah.
call an individual who is the subject of an investigation where criminal charges can be brought against the individual and his company and those involved? Why would the Prime Minister make it public that that's my friend? That is my friend, while the investigation is at a sensitive stage.
But if you are my friend, I know what's going on with you, and then we are
But not only that, why would he call the subject when he have the energy minister to call?
Yes.
When he have the Petrotrin board, who he appoints, who will have all the information surrounding that fake oil and that investigation? Because a matter of fact, we have had the former chairman resign as a result of that fake oil scandal. So why would the Prime Minister call the man who is the subject of the investigation and not call the energy minister, who will have all the information, not call the chairman of the board who he appoints, not call any of the board members who he select, not call your attorney general, who will also be advising the lawyers of Petrotrin as to the way forward, and not call your Minister of National Security, who will also be aware of that situation? Why would the Prime Minister bypass all these very important, critical individuals?
Well, if you're asking me that, it means like he would have known what was going on.
Something had to be wrong. You is the Prime Minister.
Yeah.
You is the Prime Minister of a country. And you tell us that you are the the one that have information that we would not normally have.
Right.
So why would the Prime Minister call the subject of the investigation when the Prime Minister have all these individuals that he appoint? He appoint the Attorney General. He appoint the Minister of Energy and Energy Affairs. He appoint the Petrotrin Board. He appoint the Petrotrin Chairman. He appoint the Minister of National Security. He appoint everybody. So why send that message that this gentleman is your friend and put it in the public domain? You was quite in California. You was on U.S. soil. Yeah. And you make a call and try to justify it by telling the media what kind of man I would be if I am hearing something about my friend and not make a call to find out what's going on. You see?
To find out or to defend him?
Well, that's very interesting. That's very interested to find out or to defend or to find out or to send a message to stay off of that man because he's my friend. I don't know. I don't know, but Corky, we have to be able to pick sense from nonsense. Yeah. Why would you call the subject when you have all these people that you are appoint? A matter of fact, you have fired your former Minister of Energy. Your former Minister of Energy was the one that facilitated that investigation. And she was fired without the Prime Minister telling the country why he fired Nicole Olivier. Why? Nicole Olivier went Grenada for a week or two to check on personal business, whether it be a family member or so on. And you fire Nicole over the phone.
Wow.
Right? You fire Nicole over the phone. So the point I'm making is, why would the Prime Minister do something like that and still try to defend it by stupidity, by telling us that is his friend? So what you are telling us, Mr. Prime Minister, is that you have no confidence in your Attorney General to find out what is taking place. You have no confidence in your Minister of Energy to find out what this investigation is about. You have no confidence in your Chairman of Petrotrin to find out what this is about. And you have no confidence in the entire board that you appoint to get the necessary information in relation to this fake oil scandal.
What about if all the above is my friends?
Well, is he appoint them? You see, Corky, let me tell you what I want the public to understand out of this.
Yes.
I want the public to understand that the Prime Minister had at his disposal any one of the above to get information. Corky, if let me ask you something.
Yes.
You are conducting the program on the radio station today.
Yes.
If by chance, Corky, if by chance, I am to take up your phone, and go with it, all right, I steal your phone, the cameras, everybody pick me up stealing your phone.
Yes.
You went to the police and make a report. That Victor Roberts,
I have him on camera here stealing my phone.
Stealing your phone.
Yes.
And I go on with your phone.
Yes.
An investigation is now being conducted. Do you think that you will call me while that investigation is going on and tell me, Victor, we have you on the camera taking my phone, or Victor, you have my phone, and Victor, the police investigating? You think you will tell me that?
Right. So I calling you first to tell you that, and no one else know anything yet.
No, while the investigation is going on.
Right. Because you're trying to...
Right, so let me bring it a little more easier, because I like everybody to understand what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Right. So would it be appropriate that I have a brother who is a police officer?
Yes.
And my brother, who is this police officer, have a report that I steal your phone.
Right.
And he is mandated by his superiors to investigate. Do you think it would be appropriate for my brother, who is the police officer, to ring me up and tell me, Victor, I investigated the phone that you take from Corky?
Yes.
You think that is appropriate?
And we have proof that you take it.
Yeah, but do you believe that is appropriate for the officer to do while he doing an investigation on me?
My gosh, this is how things happen here.
Right. So it cannot be appropriate.
Yeah.
And if he is to be found out that he has interfered in any way by giving me any sort of information or discussing the matter with me in relation to that investigation, then there is something called misbehavior in public office.
Yes.
So I am of the firm view that the Prime Minister, who is the head of his government,
yes,
while an investigation is going on where your friend is involved, it cannot be appropriate for the Prime Minister to call his friend to discuss anything, any part of that investigation.
No.
The Prime Minister, in my humble view, therefore misbehave and should be charged. That is my view. Should be charged.
Yes, the minute you make contact.
Because, as I said before, you have all these individuals to get the necessary information as to what is happening with that situation.
And they will investigate in their professional way.
And you are entitled to get information from that professional capacity, not by going to your friend and have a discussion with your friend about that.
But if I already know what I know.
So my question is,
yes,
another one of the Prime Minister friend, another one of Rowley friend, have been arrested.
What? You mean recently?
A couple of days ago.
Okay. I don't know anything about it. So.
Damian Lane. That's it have a set of pretty trucks that's being San Fernando Mark Lane and them.
Yeah, it's sort of word
this
Lane.
and carrying
Lane.
that. Right. The Prime Minister friend.
Oh.
The Prime Minister friend.
Okay.
So he is now the subject of an investigation where the police went to his home and find 27 high power weapons, guns, and 800 rounds of assorted ammunition.
Right.
I want to know if Rowley call him to find out what that is about. Because if you could call your friend with the fake oil, then you have to call your friend here now.
Yeah.
You have to call your friend. You have to call your friend here now.
Yes.
With these gun business. You have to call your friend, because you just tell me what kind of man you would be if you didn't call the fake oil, your fake oil partner. Then you have to call your gun partner now. Call now. And Corky, what could an individual do with 27 firearms?
27 firearms? That's
27 firearms, 800 rounds of ammunition.
Yeah.
What? I mean, it's only. Well, I read today where the police is trying to ascertain what, why, when, and how. Because how could one man have so much firearm, one, and ammunition?
Yeah.
How could one man, Koki, or what could one man want to do, planning to do? It can be just like souvenirs.
Well, maybe you're looking to sell some, or maybe you're looking to cause a little war or something.
Well, something. So we had to get down to the bottom of that. So I would expect Keith Rowley to make a statement very soon on that scenario. That is your friend, Keith. Tell us what, why, when, how. You tell us. Tell us what's going on, Keith. Tell us what's going on. Explain to the country how your partner ended up with so much gun. Right. And while we on that, I will also like to know, I will really much like to know, how this man lucky to have all them different contracts that is within his possession right now.
What?
I will like to know that. Petrotrin contract, T&Tech contract, WASAC contract, every contract you could think about. I would like to know. I will want to know. We had a super minister, and it seems as though now we have a super contractor.
Wow.
So, Corky, there's a lot going on in this country.
Wow.
There's a lot going on in this country that the people of this country...
A lot of people don't know about these things.
Well, again, Corky, social media is what helping the people to understand what is happening in this country. The mainstream media will bring a little story, a little paragraph in a little corner, and they bring that paragraph, and them done with that. Anything that involves the PNM and the Prime Minister and the Prime Minister friend, they shoot that down cleverly and quickly. Very, very, very quick.
Yes.
You understand? They shoot it down very quick. And therefore, the information that the media would bring to the public domain, it is information that is, contaminated. It is information that spells out big and bold balize. It's information that spells out big and bold bias. It's information that spells out big and bold supporter. And that is what the mainstream media, that's what the mainstream media is doing these days. Supporting the PNM party and bringing the contaminate information, sending a narrative in the public domain which really have no facts in it, and also trying to help you to believe what you are seeing and what you are hearing, it is not real.
This is really sad.
That is what they're doing. Helping you to understand what you are seeing, what you are experiencing, and what you are feeling. It is not real. That is what the media is doing.
Yeah.
So, I'm saying, Corky, we are at this junction simply because of the mass cover-up by the government to protect their friends and their financiers in any given situation in relation to different levels of corruption that do exist within this Keith Rowley government. That's the bottom line. That's the fact. That's the reality. And until the people of this country open their eyes to the reality and understand that, look, this is not going to get better under the PNM. Until they understand this is not going to get better, you're going to wake up every morning and it will get worse. And the sad thing about it is sometimes when you realize how bad it is when it have no cure. You cannot be, medicine cannot be administered to what you are experiencing by this PNM government.
Yes.
And that is the sad part of it. When you allow it to get out of hand without taking the necessary steps, and when you feel you could just sit back and relax and hope that it blow over and hope that things will pick up, things will continue to get worse under this government because the government have no plan, the government have no sympathy, the government have no passion, the government is not a government of the people.
Could we say they just don't care?
Well, it's more than that, Corky. They just don't care about you and me and the public. But they care about the finance, they care about the wealth of the country, and they care about how much money that they can steal. They care about that. But they don't care about the public. And until the public start to care about themselves, you will hear people saying at this day and age, I done with voting. I done with that, me voting again. You will be hearing people at this day and age making those statements. And it leaves you to wonder if this is the trend that the government would embark on to remain in power. Because if the average voter decide he or she not going to vote again, then the supporters of the PNM will go out and vote, and the hardship will continue. People have to understand the problem in this country is not about I ain't going and vote again. The problem in this country, to get rid of that problem, it means that you have to come out and vote resoundingly against this government in order for betterment to appear. That is what had to happen. And until people decide to do that, is until we will end up in that situation. And let me just tell you one time, Corky, we had to play local music, because what YouTube and Facebook is doing us at this time is once we play any music outside than local music, they're shutting the program off.
Okay, so we on Facebook today?
Yeah, we on Achikenos Live now.
On YouTube?
Facebook too.
As well, okay.
Yeah.
All right, so what song you had in mind?
Well, I don't have a song in mind yet. The song I want to sing for them now is for them to be able to wake up, get up, come out, and let us remove the government. That is the song that have to be played in the minds of the people.
Wake up.
That is the sign, because we have seen the government taking steps in every form and every fashion to not only to break you, but to bring you to a point where you will have to be dependent on the government support in order to raise your family. And that is a dangerous state.
Yes.
When the government bring you to the point where you have to depend on the social services in order to bring your family up, Corky, it is dangerous trend. That is a trend that will cement a dictator at the hem of governance, because they will now be able to give to you or to starve you based on the position that you take or based on the position that they believe you may take. So let me break that down. In other words, if you are a supporter of anybody, save or accept the government, then you have serious consequences. We have seen over the years people who have supported the UNC for the 2020 election. Some who were working CPEP and URP and other places, they were terminated forthwith. And they were terminated bold-facedly by telling them, well, look, all you support the UNC, go and let the UNC provide for all you. And they were fired from their job. I mean, if you could really call it a job. But they were sent home. And that is how serious things really are in this country. And until the people, the population, understand that, look, you have a responsibility. And your responsibility is to ensure that the wealth of the country, that it is distributed in an equitable manner. The population have that responsibility. Corky, when your government is not providing, when your government is not doing as it ought to do, when your government is starving you of the resources of the country, when your government is utilizing the resources of the country for their friends, their family, and their financiers, the population have a responsibility to stand up against such behavior.
But how come the government is still there?
Because we allow them to be there. Let's take this call. We'll go for the break in
no problem. 218-7762.
Welcome, caller.
Hello.
Hello, good evening, Mr. Robert.
Sir, your phone, your radio is too loud. Turn off the radio, please.
Oh, you hear me now?
Yes, good, yes, go ahead.
All right. Mr. Robert.
Sir, your radio is still too loud. Turn down the radio, please.
I'm outside.
You have to listen on the phone, my brother.
Yeah. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, Mr. Robert. You hear me good now?
Yes.
All right. Mr. Robert, you should know who's talking. So, I was listening to the situation with these set of guns and Mr. Ling. Right? And my younger brother got locked up.
Excuse me, 1 minute. Are you hearing me?
Yes, sir.
Do you have a radio or something close by?
Yeah, we get enough feedback, a serious feedback.
You're outside, but you have a radio on inside.
Inside.
Yes, it's still feeding back.
Okay.
Walk a bit further away, sir. Yeah. Go ahead now.
Is that better there?
Very good. Go ahead. Excellent.
All right. So what I was trying to explain here, I was listening to the conversation with the 27 high-power
Yes.
weapons from the contractor Ling. Now, I want to know if this guy is locked up or if he's still in the free world. Because my younger brother got locked up for a firearm, which he said he didn't have. I don't know. I wasn't there, as well as he could have it. But the thing about it, he got locked up, and he ended up in for 2 years before he could get placed on bail for that firearm. So with this amount of firearm that this individual have, is he still in the free world? Is he locked up on bail? This is the question I asked him, and I need to get an answer for this tonight.
Right, so as far as my knowledge and as far as what I read is that they were taken before the court, and I understand from what I read today that his friend who arrested with him,
yes,
he was remanded in custody. He pleaded guilty to possession of a firearm, and he was remanded in custody. But I have no information. I have not read anything in terms of whether or not the Lane was given or granted bail. And I think I will ask my assistant here now to check on that for me, and we will see whether or not anything is said in relation to Ling himself, and I will certainly give you that information if it comes to hand in a little bit.
Yes. Okay.
So that is what I know so far, that his friend was his friend pleaded guilty, and he was remanded in custody until sometime the next couple of days or so. But I really don't have any information on.
So he pleaded guilty. Yes. All right.
Right. That is one.
Yeah.
Right. So I think it's a very good question. We need to know what's happening with the subject.
Okay, so could we pay some bills and then come back with the call?
After this call. Take one this call,
let's
and
take
then
this call. Yeah. Hello, welcome. We lost it.
Right, so we'll pay some bills and we'll be right back.
All right, let's go to some commercials here on 97.5 after top of the hour.
Time has come. New 97.5. Make it your choice. Something for everyone. 97.5 FM. Music for you. It's all about you.
New 97.5 FM, hot like pepper, multicultural radio.
Power to the listeners. Come to the Waves Restaurant and Bar, Grafton Beach, Black Rock, Tobago. Great ambience, fantastic prices, all COVID protocols observed. Full premium bar available. Call Waves at 731-4646 to make your reservation. Come dine with the Waves Restaurant and Bar, Grafton Beach, Black Rock, Tobago. You must be vaccinated to dine in. Fresh Street Market, your neighborhood supermarket.
Number 3 Andrew Lane, corner Churchill Roosevelt Highway and Andrew Lane, Derby, Mousica.
Opening hours.
Saturday 7:30 a.m. to 7:30 p.m.
Sundays 8 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. When you think about fresh produce and good quality food, come to Fresh Street Market, your neighborhood supermarket.
Number 3 Andrew Lane, corner Churchill Roosevelt Highway and Andrew Lane, Derby, Mousica.
My parents' generation grew up with Royal Castle. From the first restaurant in 1968, when that distinctive, tempting aroma hit the air, they just couldn't resist. And like never before, fried chicken with a special blend of local seasonings and a one-of-a-kind flavor down to the bone. Today, Royal Castle still have that same delicious taste, and I love it too. The kids can't resist it either. Plus, they have more to enjoy. For me, the castle is more than just nice food. It's we own, part of me and you, and it's the real flavor of TNT.
4th of July.
4th of July?
Yes, 4th of July.
What's happening on the 4th of July?
Fab India Expo is closing soon. 4th of July.
Didn't I say the last time we visited that let me finish my shopping? See, now they're closing. You better take me out today, you know.
Listen, I will never say no to the Fab India Expo.
Ever since they slashed the prices of the food by 50%, you want to go there every day. I don't mind, you know.
You know, you can also check out their spa.
I have too much to shop for. There are so many weddings to attend, and I have to buy my temple clothes as well.
I'm sure it's not only clothes you're looking for. You will be buying matching jewelry, sandals, and even handbags.
Just kidding. Let's go.
Fab India Expo, opposite Medford Gas Station, Shribbonas, from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. daily.
From the makers of Omega XL comes Strongheart. It's a natural dietary supplement made with Omega-7 and contains beneficial fatty acids which promote a healthy heart. Help take good care of our hearts with Strongheart.
Come on, Trinidad, it's time to take care of your health.
Rely on your Strongheart every day because we all know our finest moments are still to come. Great life, Strongheart. Now available in Trinidad and Tobago.
Samkiss Bar, located at 107 Southern Main Road, Chase Village, is the place to be. Friday and Saturday night, live DJ with tight security, 24/7 opening hours, Latin and soca night events, cocktails and cutters. Samkiss Bar for all your entertainment needs. Located at 107 Southern Main Road, Chase Village. Samkiss Bar.
Party after party, after party after party.
Every word, every line, every paragraph depicts a real moment in someone's life. A father, a sister, a mother, a brother. We at Newsday are dedicated to you, the people, and through independent, unwavering journalism, strive to always bring your stories to life, because your stories are more than just words. Newsday, independent and credible. Biz TV, U97.5 FM, multicultural radio. Stay tuned for Omega XL giveaways coming soon to U97.5 FM. Winners will be chosen daily, so keep listening for a chance to win.
And you're locked on to U97.5 FM, Hot Like Pepper, Multicultural Radio, and Biz TV. Yes, Mr. Victor.
We are back. So let's take this call before I read this article.
Hello, welcome.
Hello.
Yes, go ahead.
I listen here just now with Petrotrin. You hearing it?
Yes, we are hearing you, sir.
All right. You talk about the already was away, and his friend, he called his friend to know about his scandal in Petrotrin. Answer me now.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
And then the next one went Grenada. We see him?
Olivier.
Right. She was fired.
Yes, sir.
Right. Well, that was planned already. You take too long to give the answer. She just got to the tree already. Coming Grenada, she traveled with it. It's a long story. I'll bring it short for you. Ask Salman call you. You understand me?
All right.
That is a tip. like common sense. You understand where I'm coming from?
Yes, of course.
He bypass all the obstruction. He called nobody else. He called his friend, and then after he called his friend, he fired shit. You understand that logic?
Yeah.
Like common sense does. If a shaman call you and tell you that. I bring out all a long story. Drag all out. I bring this very short for you. Thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah. Yes,
Thank you,
Victor.
caller.
Yes.
So let me read a story here. The story said Director of Laying, Sandblasting and Painting Co. Limited and Equipment Rental, Damian Ling, along with his driver, friend, Brian Linden, were both arrested at a pub in South Park Mall located in San Fernando for gun-related charges. Ling claimed he wanted to use the restroom, so he gave Linden his Smith & Wesson Bodyguard 380 pistol and seven rounds of 380 ammunition to keep while he went to use the said washroom. Both men did not know they were under surveillance. The Southern Division Operations and Intelligence Unit, along with members of the Southern Division Task Force, both Lane and Linden were arrested. Further investigations would take the police to another of the Lane family member, where one firearm user's license and 27 assorted firearms and 800 rounds of assorted ammunition were seized. Investigators would also find it strange that while Lane and Linden were in custody, two high-ranking police officers were each make calls to the station where the men were held and demand that they be released.
They demand to release them. What?
Investigators are also trying to figure out why would the Ling family need so much firearms as their security detail can provide that for them. In 2017, George Ling, who is the owner of Puff and Stuff Bakery in San Fernando, was kidnapped. After a ransom was paid, he was released. Investigation into these matters are still ongoing. Police are still trying to find out more about the guns seized at the businessman home. 43-year-old Damian Ling of Miaro and also of Block 2, Palmas, San Fernando, appear in the San Fernando court today, charged with transferring firearm and ammunition. Meanwhile, Brian Linden, a 26-year-old driver of Miaro, who was charged with possession of a firearm and ammunition and resisting arrest, appear at the San Fernando Magistrate Court. Linden pleaded guilty to the charge, was denied bail, and remained in custody. The matter was postponed to July 20th, 2022.
And that's news.
That's the story.
Yes.
So, Corky,
Yes, sir.
we are also learning that two high power, two high ranking, two seniors in the police service were making calls and demanding that the police
release them?
Release these two men. They tell me don't walk with Jacob because Jacob does walk and shake up. I think that's the tune I want to hear.
Oh, we have that?
Well, we should. It should be on YouTube. It's a local.
It's a local.
Yes.
Yeah, let me see if we get
They
that.
tell me don't walk with Jacob because Jacob does walk and shake up. Pim, 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 pidim.
Okay.
You know that tune? Yeah, by the time you're looking for it.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. More charges have to be coming. I think a file should already be in front of the DPP.
Right.
And instructions should already be given to have these 2 senior officers placed under arrest for attempting to pervert the course of justice, one, and also misbehavior in public office. That's 2 serious charges. That's 2 charges. Corky, let me tell you something.
Yes.
You will.
The name of the song Toe Jam? Is this the song? Well, that's Shadow. It's Toe Jam.
That's the
name of
song.
All right. Yeah.
So, Corky.
Yes, sir.
We are seeing here now, as information coming to hand, that 2 big police, I wonder how much money they get. 2 big police calling and demanding that these 2 individuals be released.
Okay.
You know what is sad about that, Corky? I'm going to tell you. Corky, if a police officer come to arrest you, and I obstruct in any way, I would be arrested and charged.
Lock up too. You get locked up.
Corky, if a normal civilian tries to interfere with a police investigation, he will be arrested and charged. You know what they're going to tell us? They're going to tell us that investigation into these 2 police officers are continuing. That is what they're going to tell me. That's what they're going to tell me. But if it's you and me, we before the court today serve together with them fellas and them.
Oh, well, what would make us not go before the court?
Well, not us. What will make them 2 police officers not being arrested immediately for attempting to pervert the course of justice?
I don't know.
These 2 police officers who made several calls and demanding that these men be released, they should already be arrested, Corky, and put before the court.
Okay.
So Jacob, hear this song, Run It, Corky.
Yes, that's right.
What? So you hear the game? The man get confused. They're telling him what to do. He don't know what to do. They're telling him. They're frustrating him. So here what happening? Here what happening? We at the point where 2 senior police officers making several phone calls in order for these men who is the subject of firearm related incidents to be released. You see how the corruption does come about within the police service. You see how the corruption is broad spread, where senior police officers, they're not 2 SRP or 2 junior constable who, by the way, trying to see this and do that, This is 2 senior police officers that made several phone calls and saying that these men must be released. Why as we speak, these senior police officers, they are not in the cell that these men were in, if they was in the cell at all, because you know the thing does go when your money tall when your money tall, all the way here they charge and charge. You sit down on a bench there and everything nice, you're eating KFC and you're eating Subway and you're eating whatever you want to eat, once your money tall.
Yeah.
That's how the game does go. Once your money tall and you're up in the prison, you don't have to worry about eating 2 hops bread that them prisoners make, and when they get mad, they could lick you down with it,
Wow.
You're eating where you want, a box of KFC, you're in a cell by yourself, you're having a time.
Royal Castle, man.
You're just detained, you're just confined.
Yeah.
But your Royal Castle come in and meet you, you're eating Royal Castle in a big way. You understand? Royal Castle in the jail too, don't feel it's only on the radio station. Royal Castle in the jail, a boy does eat a Royal Castle in the jail. So that is how the game does play. And if it's me and you, Corky, if they hold with one gun, I call and tell us just now that your brother get hold with a gun.
Yes.
You understand? He said he wasn't there. But nevertheless, how much he say he spent 2 years before he could come out? 2 years before he could get bail.
And no Royal Castle, nothing.
Boy, I sure. I put him in neck on a block that this man outside already. Run the track again, Kofi.
Yes, let's take it back from the top. It's the Shadow. It's called Toe Jam. Let's run it, man. Yes, I like it. The late Shadow. Vintage music, boy, sounding good every time.
Every time. Shadow is one of the boss.
Yes.
Rest in peace, my brother.
Yeah.
But I think these 2 senior police officers need to be resting in the jail, not in peace. But they're supposed to be resting in the prison, because you cannot as senior officers. And you see, that is why I keep saying that there's one law for them and one law for us. Because under normal circumstances, you will not, Koki, if I am to get arrested for anything, I am telling you, no senior police officers in going and say to release me. But that is when money talk and everything else walk. No police officer ain't going and say release me, Koki. Them not going to say that. Because me no millionaire. I can buy car for them. I can help pay the bill and make go shift for them when the week come, when the month come.
There's really a song that goes, Money Talks. I don't know if you ever heard it.
Probably.
Money Talks, yeah.
But this is where we are in this country. This is where we are. And again, I am saying to you people, last night I put a picture up where the gentleman is rubbing shoulders with the Prime Minister. That's Ling I'm speaking about.
All right.
This man is one of the Prime Minister friend. And I would not be surprised if he's also a financier of the PNM. Because, Koki, I am seeing this man is now a super contractor.
Yeah.
In Heritage, a number of contractors called me in Santa Flora. And they were saying to me that, look, he is now the main contractor in Heritage, and everybody else have to take sub from this man. And they were kicking against it. And this is what is happening. This is the level of nepotism that is taking place. This man is in everything. I see in this contractor everything. I mean everything they into. Everything. And pretty soon they might be into paving roads too. I don't know. You understand? But this is where we are in this country. A corrupted country. And this is what happened when, you see, and Jacob really can't talk, you know. Jacob can't talk. Jacob can't raise his voice. Jacob can't raise his voice. They are shooting on the highway outside the Lara Stadium. They are about heading to the Gasperle area.
Yeah.
And I see Jacob come down there. Jacob say he come. And it's better Jacob didn't come because we see nothing is the same technical.
Yes. 218-7762. Hello, welcome.
Good night, comrade.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, brother.
Good night.
Comrade, I call the police in Caranage and tell them that party boat is don't interfere with it. I call Marabella police station and tell them that is my driver, you know. And then, just the other day, a big boy talk about tint. They put it before the court. The privilege, the Professional Standard Bureau. So where is the Professional Standard Bureau? Look about them. They said nasty it is, and they will not do anything and act on it. So they don't start to cover up already. So last night we was talking about what is the consequences in this country. So if the President, Her Excellency, Ola May Weeks, could do stinkness and contaminate the highest office, the Police Commission office, then the Integrity Commission, right? What stinkness, city stinkness, and people went trying to come out to vote and send a message or to stand up. They're doing it. But the law, under the law, where they find him in position without, they don't want to know if he hand him or what, they don't start to cover up. But tell Jacob, McDonald Jacob, the PNM fella with the ball head, that the South fellas and them, the officers and them, have high standard of integrity, right? And they will never stand by to see justice is served. Have a nice night.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Kola. And you bring back some memories there, because I remember when Schoon was arrested in relation to that party boat. While he was in the presence of the police, you remember several calls were made to the officer, the investigating officer in that matter. I believe it was the what station it was there. It just seemed to slip me a little bit. Is either Was it the
TV or radio?
No, I'm talking about the Rice Road, the police station.
Okay.
Yeah, Western. I think it was Western Police Station, if I'm not mistaken. I'm subject to correction. But several phone calls was made in relation. A matter of fact, it's alleged that the Attorney General made several calls in relation to Schoon being arrested. So it seems as though, take the call.
Yes, hello, welcome.
Good night, Mr. Roberts.
Good evening.
And Corky and all of you.
Yes, sir.
Right, listen to this. I have a different spin on that thing. You know what they charge the man for? For failing to transfer for transferring the weapon to the fellow who had to stay inside. Now, listen to this. When his wife was captured, who was the Minister of National Security and who was the police commissioner? One of the earlier news reporters say it was two retired policemen. And I want to believe he has FUL for a number of weapons. And you know who might have approved that? A former police commissioner. That is why they treaded on it. And other than that, he is friend of the vaccine vagrant. Think about it. Yes, they had to hold him for something, so they went for the easier one. So why didn't go for charging him for holding all of those weapons? Because most likely he say, look, I have a FUL, so they want to show the public, hey, they're holding him, but he had to read through the reporting on it. And they had to wait for the Prime Minister when he comes in the press conference and ask him direct if that is his friend, and ask him if he's still suffering from IBS. Let him stay there and answer questions. Go on and have a nice night.
Yes.
Well, I would very well like to be in that press conference to ask the Prime Minister some questions.
Yeah.
But as it goes, I hear your side. But we will wait and see how things develop, because of course when we sit here we have to bring the facts to you. You know, we just can't give you what we think or what we feel. So we will wait and we'll see how that story develop. I know that we are on to it. We are paying attention to it. We know that Keith Rowley is his personal friend, and we will pay attention because we know that Rowley always like to interfere in matters where he friends and they are concerned. Always putting him out in his friend business. I don't know for what reason, but he like to put him out in his friend business. So we will wait and see if he'll put him out in his friend business again. Because he put him out in his friend business, and I hear his friend say, boy, Rory, we love you like how hog love mother. Remember that? On a song, he says, Stuarty, we love you, boy. It's not only alone could wine. Right? And that because Rowley put him out in his friend business. So let me see if he put him out in his friend business again. We wait. So I would like to be in that press conference. I know if I will get invited. I is one of the media man in Atlantic, in Atlantic studio.
Victor Roberts.
Yes, I would like to get invited. Let me sit down and ask good old Rowley some questions. Let me ask him how he sustained himself while he spent how much weeks outside, who money he was spending, if it was the personal money, the taxpayers' money, or somebody gave him a gift. You know, I don't know if he get a gift. Sometimes he does get gift, because he get a gift of $400,000 off on a unit in Tobago. $400,000 off, that is a nice gift. So I don't know if somebody gave him a gift to carry where he went. I don't know if somebody gave him a gift where he could spend while he out there. I don't know if somebody gave him a gift where he could bank all day.
I wonder if it's the same gift. Some ladies on the internet are joining friends to tell me send some gift, something for them.
Well, I don't know. A
gift with some, I don't know, a card, a gift card, that they can get some money.
I don't know. I don't know. You know, if them fellas just get gift and take it.
Yeah. Hello, welcome to the program.
Good night, Victor. Good night, Koki. Good night, Archie. Good night to all the ardent listeners. Sometimes you must pay attention to what is transpiring around us, because unnoticedly sometimes it could affect our life, our livelihood, and those who care and love. But according to what I'm looking at, is when the Prime Minister was being interviewed by the journalists concerning well, the rich must get richer. Did you hear the tone of voice? I'm a dramatist, you know. I know the pitch lines, and I train a lot of people acting. Did you hear the tone of his voice? And when he gets what he wants, then he come back. And there's another one. He's trying to see he can muster support to be Prime Minister too. What? So what are we looking at? What are we facing up to? Do we have to see what is taking place is passing on from one to the other until we totally wrong? We need to look at these things. Watch how this man is pitching his line, and when he gets you with where he wants, he raises his voice again and bully. Have a good night. Thank you.
What kind of behavior is that?
Thank you, Caller. And Caller, you are right. You know, you are right. I just pay attention to him.
The tone of speech.
Yes, I pay attention to that. I always pay attention when Rowdy stand up and gallop like a donkey. Yeah, I always pay attention. I pay attention to those.
Okay, so he would say it in a particular way.
Yes.
Like and when he said you continue to wean off the government, something like that.
Right. So at times he will like for instance, as the caller rightly said, when he spoke of the rich getting richer, you know, I just pay attention to the certain times he willfully stammer. He stammer at certain things that he's going to say.
Yes.
He creates a different disposition when he's ready to give that delivery of a particular speech.
He does it deliberately
to send that message, and then he will willfully use phrases and send your mind away from the main subject, like when he said do JD thing, right? Remember that?
Yes, yeah.
Right. When he said that, he said that so that the mass population will
take it as a slang, like a joke
and
thing.
will capture that.
Yes.
And not pay attention to the rest of the message.
You're a very well educated man, Mr. Victor.
Right? I pay attention and I laugh. I laugh. And that is one of the reasons when I speak Corky, I speak at a certain level of seriousness.
Yes.
Because when you kicks inside of seriousness, the population will grasp at the kicks and not the seriousness. So when I deal with issues, I deal with it seriously. Because serious issues. When it's time to kicks, you can't kicks more than me.
No.
When it's time to laugh, you can't laugh more than me. Right. When it's time to get jokes,
dance.
Time to dance a day too. So these are serious matters, but the Prime Minister will use language to distract your listening, your attention.
Yes.
Welcome, caller.
Yeah, hello. Welcome.
Yeah, good night to the panel.
Good evening.
Good day.
Now tune in.
Yes.
And I pick up the topic that all talking about the Prime Minister and the rant and rave.
Yes.
No, let me tell you, Victor, the man good at that, You had to give Jackie very good at that, and I'll tell you why. He know how to put it to build the appetite in his supporters at Pigott Corner. He as you always said, he know exactly what to tell them and when to say it and how to say it. You know, and the supporters of them, right? They just be taking it and running all the way to the bank with it. And he know that Rowley know this, you know. He know this, and he know he have the support. So that is why he carry on in the manner in which he does at places like Pigott Corner, right? And things. So that's the man. That's the man. He know he had the full supporters behind him. Thanks.
Thank you, Cole. And you are right.
Yeah.
And when he made that statement,
yes,
I am a proud black man.
Yes.
And let Kamala Prasad be good. So with the foolishness of you see, you had to listen to the message inside there. Now, the caller made a very salient point when he said that the foolish supporters, some of them are really fools. Because even when Rowley said that every school is built by the government, every this and every that is built by the government, but you better start to wean off the government. You hear the round of applause?
Yes.
Take the call.
All right. Hello, welcome to the program. Hello.
Hello, good night.
Good evening.
So my first time caller to this show.
Yes.
Right?
Welcome.
Victor, good night. So I'm a member of the Defense Force, and I just want to get something out there. Last week I would have heard the Minister of National Security said that the government will be thinking about reviewing the private security bill, right? And that basically bringing in security officers to help the Defense Force and police service deal with the crime. But what I'm trying to say, there are thousands of Defense Force personnel waiting for hearing from the Defense Council, right? And for whatever reason, they're not taking them on, probably because the amount of money they will have to pay them. Now, this is for men who was victimized within various detachments of the Defense Force, right? And they're not listening to these men. So you're trying to tell me that you're going to outsource manpower when you already have manpower there. It's just for you to have the hearing, deal with these men, and put them back active. Somehow that don't making sense to me. That looking to me like you're just trying to put money in your friends in them pocket. That way it's looking like to me. You know, son? But I really hope or I really wish somebody from the opposition could raise this in Parliament, because there's a lot of soldiers, sailors, airmen out there, no salary, and waiting on a hearing from the Defense Council, which comprises of the CDS, Mr. Rowley, and the Minister of National Security. So somebody should really.
Thank
you, caller. And caller, let me say this. Sadly enough, you guys have an idiot for a national security minister. You have a guy who have no experience whatsoever from his disposition and the way he speak and the way he conduct himself in relation to that. And you are quite right. Why would you have soldiers who are already trained? Persons who are already trained and who are able to deal and work alongside the police and so on to assist in crime fighting. You're going to bring a security guard, and I am saying, I don't know the security guard companies and so on who will be hired, you know. I don't know already. And I am telling you, it is a whole strategic plan by this government.
Wow.
And this government, they are automatically making cuts without announcing cuts. They are minimizing the bills that they would pay in relation to people pension and gratuity and so on. And it is a plan where they want to bring the private security firms to do the soldiers and police and other jobs in this country, while they will they will have less responsibility, and two, they will give their financiers the opportunity to make millions where they can recycle into an election when it is called. You see,
my gosh,
I looked at Petrotrin.
Yeah.
And you have supplemental police who are attached to Petrotrin, if you want to call them Petrotrin police, or anyhow you want to call them, precepted officers. And to the end of the day, when Rowley made his move with Petrotrin, they decided that, look, first they sent home all those fellas and them, they sent them home like real puppies. That is one. And two, some of them went back to work for amalgamated security with a minimum wage. Right? They're going back to work for a minimum wage with amalgamated security. And then they take amalgamated security and put them in charge of the security of heritage. Right? Now, they didn't see it fit to utilize the same people who know the field, the same people who know where the wells are situated over the years that they have worked there, the same people who know all the backtrack and everything in that industry. But they bring people and they put them there, and these people knows nothing about the field. These people, there's wells and so on that is going up in Highwoods. There's pipe and wells and rigs and and so many things disappearing. So many things disappearing because the security which is amalgamated, they have no experience, no knowledge.
But why would they want to do a thing like that?
Because it's their friend. Why would you remove the police and put amalgamated to man the 2 and 4 court outfit with a department in which the police service had control? And yet, to the end of the day, it had to take the same police to escort the same amalgamated to take the prisoners to prison or to bring them to court.
What's going on here, boy?
You understand what I just said to you, Corky?
Yes, it's crazy.
They scrap that whole unit. They bring amalgamated on the scene. And then they're taking the same police now and sending them to escort amalgamated security to take prisoners to and fro from the prison to the court.
My gosh.
So it's an opportunity where their friend make money, and while they still have to utilize the same police to do the same job.
Why does this continue going on over and over again?
So while they have court and process in the police service, which really deals with that aspect of it, they remove the transportation part. Well, let me take back that. They partially remove the transportation part of it. Because the police still have to escort amalgamated who making millions every year to take these prisoners from the police station. They are already in the custody of the police. The police, listen to this, Corky. The police, when the amalgamated van go to the prison, the police do all the necessary paperwork. The amalgamate security just do the chauffeuring, the transport. From there back to the police station. When they reach the police station, the police offload the prisoners. The police place them in the holding cells within the station. The police take them from there and carry them to the court. The police bring them back from the court to the station. Then the amalgamated security will...
I've seen it several times.
Take them up after the police load them. Transport them from point A back to the Port of Spain, Aruca, or whatever, Carrera, whatever prison. And the police still have to do the job. So it's a shortcut where they are able to put some money in their financiers' pocket.
What trouble is this?
And whether or not they play in the back of the field, because that is the place where the back kick does take, The back kick is when the opponent take a shot at the goal and the ball go on over the corner line, then the referee order a back kick. So you take the ball, you put it in the 6 yards box, and then you kick it out. Now they call that a back kick, but in this case they just call it kickback.
Kickback.
Yeah, this is not back kick, but in this case it's kickback. So there is where all the corruption lie. There's where all the corruption lie. It is a way to manipulate the system where they are able to pay their friends and still get something from what they pay. So while you will have soldiers who home, where you can reinstate these guys and them and put them back out there because they're properly well trained, they equipped, they know the pros and cons, right? They have a fair amount of knowledge in relations to the power of arrest also. Right. But yet to the end of the day, you are now saying that you want to take private security and bring them inside of the police service and bring them inside of the defense force and bring them inside whether it be the air guard or the regiment or wherever you want to bring them. When you have people who are already trained and equipped out there sitting down wasting time, when you could take the same group of people, bring them back inside and put them active and get the job done.
And pay them for what they do,
Right, but let me tell you something. It had no kickback in that, Corky. When they go and reinstate all them soldiers who out the road there and bring them back here, nobody had no kickback to get in. But when you're bringing your security firms and them, it's there you're going to live. Because some of them is directors, some of them are shareholder in these same firms. Some of them will benefit from what is happening. And the soldier is right to call.
This is crime itself, Victor.
But brother, the government is responsible for crime. Let me tell you something, Corky, that I feel you don't know. Let me tell you something.
I never knew all these things.
Let me tell you something that I feel you don't know, Corky. The government is responsible for crime.
My gosh.
You lost? Let me help you. There is what you call the underworld economy. The underworld economy assists the economy of Trinidad and Tobago to blossom. The government, they do not want to take a holistic approach on crime. They just want to be able to manage.
So they take crime as a business then?
It is. Corky, that is what I'm telling you. Corky, that is what I'm telling you. Crime is a business. Crime is the second economy in the country. So what the government do, they don't want to stamp out and eradicate crime. They want to be able to manage crime. That is all them want to do. The more crime continue, the government raise serious revenue. They raise revenue. So they don't want to stamp out crime. They just want to be able to manage it. And when it is getting out of hand, when they believe that they can't manage you as a crime boss, then they send the troops to take you out.
Welcome.
Hello, yes, welcome.
Absolutely right. In the defense force, we call that deep state tactics. So they don't be face on in crime, but behind the scene, a lot of them making one or two moves towards crime. Right? So we call that deep state tactics.
Wow,
thank you, Paula. Corky, you see what I just tell you?
Wow, my gosh.
You see what I tell you? So they don't want to stamp that out. They want crime to continue. They just want to be able to manage it. And when you are a crime boss and you are out of hand, then they will send the forces to take you out.
My gosh.
And they will take you out, Corky. Rest assured, they will. They will. So when the government, when the government look from a holistic standpoint, they will sit down and say, well, look, this is what we need to do. We need to have some revenue coming here. You notice that 24/7, there are no police officers who only interested in traffic offenses.
Yeah.
There is roadblocks here, there, and everywhere.
Yeah.
And watch what is happening in those roadblocks.
Yeah.
Seldom a man will tell you open your trunk or search your vehicle.
Okay.
They stop you, and by the time they stop you, they onto your tires, they onto a crack in the windscreen, they onto a wing mirror, they onto a defective number plate, they onto your on ID lights, they onto, and they just roadblock all over the country. And what they are interested in is issuing tickets to you to raise that revenue.
So they get orders to do that.
Exactly. Koki, I have friends all about it.
My God.
I have friends all about. So they will not listen. You will put on a light here now, and they tell you dip, and you dip and it work, and they say, "I put back your bright," and you put up your bright and it cut off.
So then what you're saying is to some of the police officers are good police officers, but they just have to obey orders
they have to obey.
Gosh.
They have to obey. Now there are some of those who will exercise what you call leniency. Yeah. There are some of those who will say, well, look, let me tell you something. You know my van.
Yes.
My van always into mud, right?
Yes.
A matter of fact, why I live in is mud.
Mud.
So I will wash my van now, Koki, and if I drive out the road, once rainfall.
We came from mud and we have to go back.
So here it is.
Yeah.
Now I bought a power washer.
Yes.
Over a year or two now. And I just use that to wash my van.
Right.
Now, one of the deadly thing with that power washer is 3000 psi. It always licks some part of the MGW off.
Oh my gosh.
That power washer, especially when I say Omar wash the van.
Yeah.
When I say Omar wash the van.
What brand is that, boy? What?
What, the power washer?
Yeah.
A Honda.
Oh.
When I say Omar wash that van there for me.
Yeah.
He loved that.
Yes.
He starts the power washer for himself and he power wash the van.
Like the spray. Yeah.
But guess what?
Yeah.
She always lick out some part of the MGW.
Oh.
So here what I do.
Yeah.
I buy a stencil brush,
yeah,
and them small paint, and I have a day.
Right.
But sometimes Omar will wash the van,
yeah,
and I might be leaving to come to the radio station.
Right.
So I jump in the van.
And the MGW lick out.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
And I up the road, bam, roadblock.
Yeah.
Officer say, "Good day, sir."
Good day, sir.
I say, "Good day, sir."
License.
Routine.
Yes.
Boy, Koki does hardly ask for your license and insurance, boy. Yeah, what I'm telling you?
Yeah.
Well, they go start to ask for it now as I talk.
Right.
Routine check.
Right.
Here where they check in. Pop your horn, pour on your wiper.
Indicator?
Nah.
Oh.
Pop your horn, pour on your wiper.
Right.
You blow your horn, kick. You pour on your wiper, whap.
Yeah.
And they walk right wrong and they watch the tires.
See the tires?
They watch the tires. That is in the day.
Yeah.
If it's in the night, well, lights involved.
Hope they don't look at my tires.
And then they will say, "Go ahead." So as I'm driving off, our next officer says, "Stop that van!
Stop it!"
Well, me wait for them to stop me. I hear this is stop the van.
Yeah.
No, I stop.
Right.
A lady,
Yeah.
she run up on the side. I'm going to issue a ticket because your MGW part of the M missing.
The M missing.
Yeah. I say, really?
Tony at GW.
Yeah. No.
Oh.
The M there, but part of it missing.
Okay.
Part, just a
So
part
then
of
it
the M
looks like
missing, right?
It looks like an N. Yeah.
So right, it looking like an N.
Yeah.
Because Omar done lick out piece.
Right.
So I came out and I take a peep.
Yeah.
I say, So our next officer woke up. Yeah, but I seen the M was the boy, so like somebody pull it off out.
Yeah.
I say, "No, officer." I say, "Have a Sunday when I give you the power washer to wash this thing."
Yeah.
Like just do what you have to do.
Make sure it clean.
He say, "Yeah, look, yeah." He say, "I seen it."
Anything slack had to come out.
Because he watch all on that defend and thing. He say, "I seen it, I seen it." He say, "Yeah, what to do now?" He say what to do, you go ahead.
Yes.
But gather paint and put it back. I say, well, officer, I buy a small thing of paint just for that purpose.
Yes.
Because that power washer, he do play when I washing.
Yeah.
Right? Cocky, you could see that policewoman face.
She like that?
That policewoman face like
she angry.
It started to look like a cloth when you ring it.
Oh.
And she strips. And she walk off and I didn't hear what she say.
Yeah.
And she eat up some words and thing going there and I ain't charging nobody for the night and wherever,
Yeah.
And I drive off and I coming up the road here and I saying, boy, watch how I say, wait now, these people for real. I say, watch how this in my mind now. I say, watch how this woman getting on just because that officer tell me go ahead and get some paint and put on it. So I came up to the radio station, Cocky. I went back home in the night. And next morning, I take out my white paint and my small brush. And I fix my M. And every time I or Omar power wash, I just check back my MGW.
Right.
You understand? Because I just make sure, Cocky, that my vehicle above board.
Yes.
You understand? I get my license renewed for 10 years. Me, I have to study renewal right now.
Yeah.
You understand? And that is the only situation that I can encounter. But the point I'm making is this. You will see the police on the road.
Yes.
Look, as we come up the road, they fight about junction by the old gas station. Roadblock. And watch. It's only ticket. They sometimes you know when your license insurance will come out when they go in and get a ticket.
Oh, okay. So the main
as they stop you, blow your horn, wiper, and they walk and they watch your 4 tires. It's good. Your horn work, your wiper work. They say go ahead.
Right.
You understand? Horn, wiper, tires. They say pull aside. Your tire smooth. License insurance. That is when it coming out.
Looking for it.
So they're on a mission.
Yes.
So I say all that to say this.
Mm-hmm.
The government, because of the mismanagement and misspending, they are now in a position where they are looking to see where they can accumulate revenue. Added to that, for the government to take a decision to bring security officers to do soldiers and police job.
Yes.
I know that my party very well would not support that.
Right.
Very well would not support that.
Right.
There are police officers, there is recruitment process, there is times that the government will intake recruits in relation to the defense force, the air guard, the police service and so on. We will stand firm that police officers, those who carry out those duties, they must be properly well trained. Not like them two who call and say release the man and then who get locked up with them gun, not that like them.
Right.
But they must be properly well trained and competent to do the job that you are hired to do. No way I am going to support security guard anytime, any place, acting or taking up any form of responsibility with police officers or with defense force officers, save there's individuals who are trained for that. Because what will eventually happen, them security guard go cause them police and soldiers they lost their life too,
My gosh.
You hear what I'm saying to you, Cocky?
Yeah.
They will very well cause police and soldiers to lose their life.
Yeah, it's been happening. Yeah,
you understand?
A lot of police lost life.
Men must be properly well trained as far as performing their duty in terms of crime fighting. People ought to be properly well trained and put out on the streets to do their job.
Yeah.
And that is what we will support.
Right.
Okay? So I am saying Fitzgerald Hines, in my humble opinion, Fitzgerald Hines fail in every ministry.
I haven't heard about him for a while now.
You want to hear about he? You want to hear about he, Cocky? Well, I wish he keeps sleeping. Anytime I watch him I see him on a radio station the other day and he bepping
Yeah?
Yeah, you bepping. You know, like when you go to school and you make a high grade, what does happen? Like too much of high grades he make in school.
Oh.
Having bepping. Yeah, chunky and he bepping so. I see when the parliament the other day, he sleeping, he mouth open wide so. You understand? And he's sleeping. So let me tell you this.
Yes.
Hines failed in every ministry from since the inception of Patrick Manning.
Right.
Every ministry until Manning get rid of him and kick him out. I believe he catch a ride on some swim called truck. You know swim called truck?
But how does one get there to fail?
When failure is within your character, you know.
And how come failure people reach in these places?
Same reason they want to bring security guard to do soldier work.
Oh.
You know why they want to bring security guard to do soldier work? Because I the friend.
Okay.
You know them fellas reach in position? Because of the friend.
Oh my gosh.
Because of the support. That's why they reach in position. Hines is a abject failure. You hear what I'm saying, Corky? Hines was in utility, failure. Hines was in the Prime Minister office, failure. Every ministry they put Hines in, he fail. You put him in national security now, where you feel? You feel he go pass? You feel he go pass? I am talking the other day, putting it on between the teeth like some European Englishman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I am not talking to the opposition. I am speaking to you. And when the time reach, I will speak in the place that is designated to speak to them. I am not speaking to them. I am not speaking to the UNC. I am speaking to you. I say, watch this idiot. Watch this idiot. And kill Hines dead, he in something. Kill Hines dead, he in something, you know. Hines is a waste of time, a failure, boy. I asked Hines a question and he can't answer me yet. I asked Hines if his wife was giving out government voucher for 250, 300 and 400.
Face to face, you asked him that?
Asking him that on the radio, asking him over and over. Right. And asking him tonight again.
Right.
If his wife was giving out government vouchers in Santa Flora.
Yes.
To religious organization in Jacob Settlement. Let me make it more clear. In Jacob Settlement. Up to now we can answer that. And if she was doing that by who authority? If she was giving out government hamper and government voucher by whose authority?
The religious organization.
The religious organization in Jacob Settlement. You hear what I tell you, Corky?
Yes.
So you feel that time with Hines and them? And if that was so, Corky, listen to me. Corky, make me get hot now.
It's been a while. Come on.
If that is so, Corky.
Yes.
If that was so.
Yeah.
Tell me. I want him to answer before I go further. Answer me. Tell us if your wife was giving out government vouchers in Jacob Settlement in Santa Flora. Where living? Down in Marval? Down in Marval? Well, here the question I want to ask.
Yes.
How come a shop? How come a grocery in Santa Flora was cashing government vouchers?
What? And people little food money card cut.
The place gets silent. The place gets silent, Corky.
Yeah.
Corky, hear what you say? How come a grocery in Santa Flora was cashing government vouchers? Where they get it, Hines? Let me asking you a question, you know. Where they get it? I am asking you, Minister of National Security, Fitzgerald Littlebird Hines.
Yeah.
Did your wife give out government vouchers in Jacob Settlement?
No response?
Let them respond, sir. Let them respond. Yeah. Let them respond, Corky. Corky, let me tell you something. Corky.
Yeah.
I am always one of the individual who does deal with facts.
Not fiction.
I had time with fiction. Hear what I tell you, Koki?
Yes.
I just deal with facts.
Yes.
I just expose corruption too. And I rest that day for now.
Yes.
I rest that day for now. Koki,
yes.
Let me tell you something, brother. You see, while people continue to suffer, boy, you will amazed to know what these government ministers, their wife, the children, the outside woman, and some of them the outside man.
Yeah.
You listen right in here, Koki?
Yes, sir.
Doing with taxpayers' money. You hear right in here, brother? You will amazed to know what taxpayers' dollar doing in this country by this government that sits in office, who have no plan whatsoever as to run this country and to bring the citizens to a point where they are feeling safe. Trinidad has now become private prisons, billing all over the globe. Because every time you build a house, Koki, you better be prepared to install burglar proof inside, outside, wrong side, upside down. You hear what I'm telling you? And on top of it, you will hear this joker they call Hines telling you that his job is not to protect you. That is not his job. But I will tell you this afternoon what is Hines' job. Yes. His job is to see how much grades he could get in his head.
Oh.
That is his job. To see how much grades he could get in his head when the day come. You hear what I'm telling you? That is his job.
Okay.
We have a bunch of misfit sitting down and holding ministerial portfolio in this country. A bunch of misfit who doesn't have a plan as to how to start to put back Trinidad and Tobago on track.
Yeah.
You hear what I'm telling you?
Yeah.
They don't have a plan. This country is now being run by trials and errors. And it's so unfortunate that every trial that this government try, it is an error. And that is how we are running. Only by errors. Every time they put the foot in the mouth, they look for somebody else to blame. Every time they realize that they reach a dead end and cannot go forward, they try to start over and to come back to the same point where they reach and couldn't go further. And that is what this Rowley administration is all about. Wasting people good time, wasting the resources, doesn't have an idea as to how to deal with crime, doesn't have the solution to the problems that is existing, and it will continue to get worse. Murder will continue, break-ins will continue, domestic violence will continue, everything will continue, because this government have no plan, none whatsoever, to bring any kind of relief to the citizenry of this country, to at least allow you to sleep comfortable at night. Koki, everybody who sleeps at night, if your dog bark hard, you have to jump up. If a bird land on your galvanized hard, you have to fly up. If a seagull only cry by the window, you have to jump up. Take the call.
Sounds like errors there, Victor. Hello, caller. Welcome. Hello.
Yeah. Good night again, Comrade Victor. As you're talking about Ecclebert. Now, before I say what I say, obscene language, is it a charge that the police could charge anybody for obscene language if they wishes to?
It's still on the law book.
Yeah, and the same Hines, he used obscene language in Parliament, and Khadija, brought it to the attention of the House Speaker. And listen good, the House Speaker acknowledged the House Speaker, biased as she is, acknowledged what he said, right? And I am surprised that the opposition, they didn't take further action against that. That man, they asked policemen in the corridor. That policeman should have been, the speaker should have commanded that policeman to arrest the man for obscene language or charge him for, for something like that. Would you say so?
And Kola, I am saying that the speaker have the authority in the house, and when you see what is happening,
but then the policeman should have taken it on his own that this man used obscene language, and he's supposed to take action. And I haven't heard anybody from the opposition brought up that matter again. I'm surprised. That I don't know. Maybe is a normal thing. Thanks.
All right.
Well, I have no facts on it, Kola. It is news to me. I have no facts on it. So it's news to me. But what I can say is that if you are saying that Khadija Amin brought it to the attention of the speaker, then she did what she's supposed to do, and the person to deal with it going forward from there would have been the speaker of the house.
Yes. Hello, Kola. Hello.
Victor, one more thing again. I already mentioned that he was protecting his friend in A and V. Victor, if you don't come out front bold and let them know that he was also part of the A and B scandal, money was passing, and we cannot let them get away. We have to let them know the truth. The people must know the truth in order to be liberated and free of mind, so we can get peace, harmony, love, and care we so desire. Let them know he was part of the A and B scandal. I do thank you all.
You're welcome. Yeah.
And Kola, I hear you, but from where I sit, I am not at liberty to make that statement without proof. Yes. Now, I would bring the facts to you, and you can analyze why would the Prime Minister call A and V in the center of an investigation and make it public that is his friend. So my job is to tell you exactly what happened, which I did, and your job is to analyze, put one and one together, and see if you could get 11 and not 2. See if you could get 11 and not 2. Because in my thoughts, I would have believed and still believe that an investigation is warranted. The phone records must also be a part of that investigation as to what discussion the Prime Minister had with A and V in relation to that fake oil scandal. Yes. And you see, the Prime Minister have lied so much to us on air openly, so that we just can no longer believe anything the Prime Minister say. Yes. So I am saying an investigation is warranted. We need to get the phone records as to what transpired between the Prime Minister, Dilki Singh, and Bash. And we need to also understand at the same time, why would the Prime Minister make such a pronouncement to the people that is his friend? And added to that, we must demand that investigation continue. Yes. We must demand. We cannot play, Kola. I agree, we cannot play. My glasses, I can't see it.
Yes.
We cannot play with that. We need to get down to the bottom of this whole fiasco, because remember, the subject is also a financier to the party. Yes. And Rowley said, when he was asked if Bash is a financier to the PNM, he said, if he was not financing the PNM, I would have been surprised.
Right.
So where was this money going?
Hello, caller.
Good evening, Victor!
Good evening, Koki. Welcome back to the studio. I have a quick question I want to ask you guys. That's the Goro in the house. I'm from North Norway. So, Victor, seeing that you're from Labre, which is in the South, right? I need to ask you, why do people in the South call pumpkin tractor grease?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we break up a little bit there. We lost you. Come back with the question.
Yeah, repeat, yeah.
I hear you.
Could you repeat what you just said?
Right. So I was asking Victor that is he from South? That I'm told that in South it is called pumpkin tractor grease. So I want to know why it is called in pumpkin tractor grease in South Trinidad.
Yeah. Well, tractor grease is a nice name for pumpkin. When you get a pumpkin that when you turn over the pot, it don't fall out and it stick. You know, long time they used to have that tallow grease, corky, a thick grease.
Yes.
That they used to grease the tractor with a nice color grease.
Yeah.
Right. So it's a nickname for a very good pumpkin.
Okay. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you. I'll pass on to my partners and them. Yes, Victor.
Yeah.
All right, El Sikoro. But I want to come back to the story.
Yes.
I want to come back to the story. And I also want Keith Christopher Rowley to tell us.
Yes.
I want to ask Keith Christopher Rowley a question. And hear the question, Keith Rowley.
Yes.
I want to ask you, Keith Rowley, if you were questioned in the United States on this last visit about any particular account that exists in the US. That is what I want to ask now. Since we want to talk business, let me talk business. I didn't plan to get hot, you know, Corky, but the caller make me get hot.
Yeah, it's hot like pepper.
I want to ask Keith Rowley, Mr. Keith Christopher Rowley, I am asking a question on behalf of my good friend.
Is he here in the country?
Were you at any time on this last visit questioned by United States agents in relation to any account that you allegedly have in the United States?
What?
Let me get on to it now. Let me get on to it now. That is what I want to know here this evening. That is the question I asked him. That is what I want to know. That is what I want to know. And let me ask our next question at the same time. Let me ask our question at the same time.
Yeah.
I want to ask Mr. Deuki Singh. I want to ask Mr. Deuki Singh.
Yes.
If he have any joint account with anybody in the United States. That is what I want to ask this evening. Deuki Singh, I am asking you this evening, if you have any joint account with anybody from within this government in the United States of America, I want to know. I am asking on behalf of my friend. And Keith Rowley, I am asking you, if on your last visit in the United States of America, if you were questioned by any agents in relation to any account that you have existing in the United States, that is a question that I'm asking for another friend. That is what I'm asking for another friend.
Yes.
Koki, go for the breakdown, come back.
Yes.
Let us soak it in.
Yes, sir.
Let us soak it in.
Don't touch that dial. We'll be right back.
Biz TV, U97.5 FM, Multicultural Radio.
Come to the Waves Restaurant and Bar, Grafton Beach, Black Rock, Tobago. Great ambience, fantastic prices, all COVID protocols observed. Full premium bar available. Call Waves at 731-4646 to make your reservation. Come dine with the Waves Restaurant and Bar, Grafton Beach, Black Rock, Tobago. You must be vaccinated to dine in.
My parents' generation grew up with Royal Castle. From the first restaurant in 1968, when that distinctive, tempting aroma hit the air, they just couldn't resist. And like never before, fried chicken with a special blend of local seasonings and a one-of-a-kind flavor down to the bone. Today, Royal Castle still have that same delicious taste, and I love it too. the kids can't resist it either. Plus, they have more to enjoy. For me, the castle is more than just nice food. It's we own, part of me and you, and it's the real flavor of TNT.
Fresh Street Market, your neighborhood supermarket.
Number 3 Andrew Lane, corner Churchill Roosevelt Highway and Andrew Lane, Derby, Mousica.
Opening hours.
Saturday 7:30 a.m. to 7:30 p.m.
Sundays 8 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. When you think about fresh produce and good quality food, come to Fresh Street Market, your neighborhood supermarket.
Number 3 Andrew Lane, corner Churchill Roosevelt Highway and Andrew Lane, Derby, Mousica. Le Grand Coulon Spa Resort at Stonehaven Bay, Blackrock. Bed and breakfast rates available. To book, call 283-2597 or 463-2946. Le Grand Coulon Spa Resort at Stonehaven Bay, Blackrock.
Samkiss Bar, located at 107 Southern Main Road, Chase Village, is the place to be. Friday and Saturday night, live DJ with tight security, 24/7 opening hours, Latin and soca night events, cocktails and cutters. Samkiss Bar for all your entertainment needs. Located at 107 Southern Main Road, Chase Village. Samkiss Bar.
Party after party, after party after party.
Every word, every line, every paragraph depicts a real moment in someone's life. A father, a sister, a mother, a brother. We at Newsday are dedicated to you, the people, and through independent, unwavering journalism, strive to always bring your stories to life, because your stories are more than just words. Newsday, independent and credible.
From the makers of Omega XL comes Strongheart. It's a natural dietary supplement made with omega-7 and contains beneficial fatty acids which promote a healthy heart. Help take good care of our hearts with Strongheart.
Come on, Trinidad, it's time to take care of your health.
Rely on your Strongheart every day, because we all know our finest moments are still to come. Great life, Strongheart. Now available in Trinidad and Tobago.
The views and opinions expressed in the following program are not those of U975 FM Hot Like Pepper Multicultural Radio.
Good.
Yes,
Welcome.
sir. And we have a caller on the line. Hello.
Welcome, caller.
Hello, caller.
Hello, good evening.
Go ahead.
All right, I can go ahead.
Yes, go ahead.
Yes.
Victor and Pokey, is it? Good evening.
Yes, caller, you're live. You're live on the air. Go ahead.
All right, I'm calling from the Morva district. Now, I mean, boy, Keith Rowley, that man is a rotten piece of work, you know. He gone up in the U.S. for more than a month, hopping from wherever, nightclub, wherever he gone his way. You know, when Mr. Pandey used to go away for medical treatment, you know, he used to insist that the country know where Mr. Pandey was. All you could remember that? That's about 25 years ago.
Yes.
He used to insist, he used to call out, and what there was, I remember specifically Keith Rowley, there was one time, Mr. Pandey and Omar went up and they didn't go with special branch, and Rowley make sure he exposed the two people, you know. This man is unconscionably shameless, you know, boy. You know, but he could go up there, when Miss Kamala used to go for treatment up there, he demanding to know what they're going up there to do, who they carry with them, how much it costing taxpayers. Here he is. You don't know where he was going circus, he was going carnival, he was going in chairplane. You don't know which party he did. Yeah, knocking pillar to post at taxpayers' expense. That the woman's brigade ain't gonna talk nothing about that. The airport will win big award. The airport win, you know, some a certain number one in Latin American, number this and that and that. I thought that airport was a cow shed, Victor. I thought that the airport was a cow shed. When they building in Tobago, a goat shed. And when they building in the back of Balizing house, a 7-story cow shed or a horse pen. Them just walk up and down and this is a horse, this is a cow shed, and that is a cow shed. Them well know always cow shed, eh? Lastly, this woman we have talking in the Attorney General. Is Attorney General here? This what's your name again? Sagram Singh, which I said how they call it Vermilan, the Sindhu in she had, I think, pretending to be big Hindu, defending the wrong thing. After 22 years, you can't make out a foul different case before them fellas and them. Hear you. It have life in it still, you know. We could still go after them. Woman, come down from there. You have too big and dirty schwab, bigger man. Thank you very much, gentlemen.
Good. Yeah.
Thank you very much, caller. You see, and that is what, while the Prime Minister probably was playing golf and club hopping and all that, what I want to ask the Prime Minister is, was you at any time on this last trip?
Yeah.
Right? Were you, Mr. Prime Minister, on this last trip, were you questioned by U.S. agent in relation to any account which may or may not exist in the United States of America? That is what I want to ask. And at the same time, I wonder who account may very well be 114515. I will leave out the letter of the alphabet on that account for now.
All right.
So I want to ask, I wonder who account may very well be 114515.
Right.
I leave out the letter of the alphabet in this account for now. That is what I want to know. And at the same time, I wonder who is Formula One trading. I had to look into that.
Formula One.
Formula One trading. I had to look into that.
Yes.
And I want to also look in to see who may very well be beneficiaries in certain companies. Corky.
Yes.
Let me tell you something.
Tell me.
Some people in this government going to jail, you know. You hear what I'm telling you?
Yes.
Some people in this government going to jail.
Has it ever happened in the past?
Well, Corky, it's going to happen now. It's going to happen now. Yeah. And I have a partner. Right now, I know what side of the fence he really on. But I have a partner who would be telling me about nobody doesn't go to jail in government. Well, let me tell you something.
Yeah.
It has some to go. Because, Mr. Jacob, could you tell us what is the position with the $143,800 in relation to Camille Robinson Regis? Could you tell us what is the status of that investigation, Mr. Jacob? Mr. Jacob, could you tell us what is the position with the investigation that the former Commissioner of Police, Gary Griffith, said that the A&V investigation is live and we are awaiting an expert to come to Trinidad to deal with the measurement of the reservoir? Could you tell us what is the status? Mr. Jacob, could you tell us what is the status of the secret special branch report on Foster Cummins that was resting on a desk from since 2019? Mr. Jacob, could you tell us what is the status of the $4.4 million in the venture credit union in relation to Foster Cummins? Mr. Jacob, can you tell us what is the status of the investigations in relation to land that Foster Commons allegedly occupy within the Couva area? Mr. Jacob, could you tell us what is the status of the investigation with the $400,000+ that Keith Rowley get off as a gift that we cannot find on the Integrity Commission form? Could you tell us what is the status of that investigation? Mr. Jacob, can you tell us what is the status of the investigation with Bliss Sipasad, who misbehaved in public office with the meritless together with the president, and Keith Christopher Rowley? Could you tell us if statements have been recorded from the other commissioners on that Police Service Commission? Could you tell us what is the status of those investigations? Could you, Mr. Jacob? We want to know. We have to know. Mr. Jacob, can you tell us what is the position with the documentation which was allegedly exposed, where Faris Alwari allegedly conspired with Queen's Counsel Nelson and put together some document exempting Nelson from any form of prosecution in order to secure statements against 2 former UNC senators? Can you tell us what is the status of those investigations? We need to know, Mr. Jacob. We have to know. We cannot continue any longer under these conditions where corruption seems to be the order of the day, where corruption seems to be the principal business of this PNM administration. We need to put a stop to the pilfering, to the danger that poses the youths of this country by the conduct of government ministers in relation to thieving the government funding, thieving the treasury, thieving the wealth, thieving the resources, thieving the future of our children in this country. Mr. Jacob, we need to know. Please tell us. We have had, Mr. Jacob, a pedophile ring where high-ranking officials of this PNM government, which may very well include a sitting member of parliament, and today there is absolutely nothing whatsoever put in place to protect our children from these animals. Mr. Jacob, we need to know where your allegiance lie, Mr. Jacob. Is your allegiance, Mr. Jacob, to the PNM, or your allegiance to the office that you now hold, Mr. Jacob? Mr. Jacob, your police officers, they will not have any confidence in you, Mr. Jacob, because you seems to be taking instructions from a politician rather than following the principles and guidelines set out in the Police Service Act, Mr. Jacob. Mr. Jacob, it seems as though that you are the acting commissioner on behalf of the PNM and not the acting commissioner on behalf of Trinidad and Tobago. Mr. Jacob, how come these investigations with simple matters continue to take years with no end to these investigations in sight? What we are seeing in this country is crimes that continue to plague us by high-ranking government officials, while it seems that the office of the Commissioner of Police have done absolutely nothing to bring these perpetrators to justice. We have seen, Mr. Jacob, government officials in every form. There is an investigation with this big DSSS, this big DSS Susu, where our minister is also alleged to be involved in money laundering. And today, we cannot get any answers from our police department in our country. Mr. Jacob, would you believe that because of the conduct of your office in relation to these crimes that continue to be swept under the carpet, the criminal element is reaping havoc on this country, having no respect for law and order, because it seems as though that the office of the commissioner have no respect for itself. Mr. Jacob, you as the acting commissioner, how could you fire all the officers that Gary Griffith brought in to deal, and he placed them on strategic units? You have removed all, but at the end of the day, you keep your family to work, even though they came in under Gary Griffith. What kind? You tell me, Mr. Jacob, what kind of integrity? What kind of integrity would the commissioner office have when these types of decisions are made? Mr. Jacob, it would have been better that you did send home your family as well and recruit them after, if you so desire. But you have fired all those who came in under Gary Griffith, even though Gary Griffith have included your family and another high-ranking female officer family. Yet to the end of the day, you fire everybody else. But your family is safe and secure with a job, with a salary. What kind of integrity? What kind of integrity can this office now demonstrate to this country? We have seen, ladies and gentlemen, where the politicians are now in control of the heads of the police service. There are others who have made their position known. There are others who are seeking to be nominated, who have made their position known in the PNM. Is that what we need in this country? You really need the politicians to control the office of the police commissioner? That is what you people would digest in this country? We have seen a country that continue to fall apart because of political interference. We now see a Speaker of the House of Representatives, a house that we have considered to be sacred over the years, where fairness, justice, and equity would disseminate from. Today, what disseminates out of that office? The Speaker office is like a rubbish heap. Like a rubbish heap. All that we get coming out from that office is nothing but rubbish. And yet we are contented. We have seen independent senators who ought to be looking out in the interest of the people of the country independent senators have now taken a position to look in the interest of the PNM. And if you don't believe me, you may very well ask people like Vera and others. Ask them who interest they're seeking in the parliament. If it's the interest of the public or if it's the interest of the PNM. Ask them. We have now seen that member for parliament, Dinesh Shambali, is also accusing Senator Sagram Singh of attempting to pervert the course of justice in our country. This is what we are seeing. This is what we are getting out of our parliament system. We have heard Senator Vera, who is an independent senator, stand up in the parliament, big and bold, and said that some judges call him and express disgust in the UNC, who were doing their job in the parliament to represent the people of the country when they were seeking to formulate a tribunal in order for the president to answer for her wrongdoing. Vera stood up in the parliament, and today Chief Justice Ivahachi, we have called on you to hold Vera to account, where Vera must expose who are those judges that interfere within the parliamentary system when the separation of powers exists within our constitution. We have called on you, Ivahachi, to get down to the bottom and to launch an investigation into the judges who have also misbehaved in public office. But Ivahachi, I want to ask you tonight, are you standing in defense of the judiciary? Are you standing in defense of democracy? Or are you standing in defense of the PNM? That is what I want to ask you, Ivahachi, the Chief Justice, tonight. Who are you defending? We have Vera, who is an attorney, who sits on the independent bench. And I am saying that the president of this country have no shame. Because if the president had any shame, the president would have revoked that appointment with Senator Vera for those utterances of that statement in relation to judges who sit within the judicial bench, calling and interfering in political system. Then it could tell us that the judiciary is also compromised, and some of those judges who sit on the bench, they will not exercise fairness, justice, and impartiality, something that they are called to do as judges, but they will judge in the favor of a political party, a party that is called the People's National Movement. That is what we have sitting in the judiciary, that passing out for fair and fearless individuals. That is where we are. We have seen a whole breakdown with democracy in our country. Democracy have now becomes the mockery in this country. Our constitution have been trampled by those who are charged with the responsibility to hold high the constitution and to ensure that the government governs according to the principles that is set out within that document. But today, ladies and gentlemen, today we cannot see justice and fairness coming from any institution. So what must we do? Must we sink with the boat? Or must we, ladies and gentlemen, abandon ship? The time has come for you, the people of Trinidad and Tobago, to abandon the ship of recklessness, abandon the ship of race, abandon the ship of nepotism, and more important, abandon the ship of dictators. We must stand. We must stand united and fight the battle.
You got a call, yes? Hello?
Welcome, caller.
Yes, the Silver Fox here tonight.
Yes, Fox.
Yes, I'm inside. Good night.
Yes, Fox.
Good night.
Yes, Fox.
How you going?
Good,
How you going,
man.
my brother?
Nice, man. Everything nice.
Nice, man.
So what do you have for us now, Fox?
Yes, man. When you're ready.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Yes. I am fed up. I am fed up with the behavior of the people of Trinidad and Tobago. I am fed up. I just fed up to hear every morning, every night is about the same man, Keith Christopher Rowley. When we will get together as one and throw this man out of power, what we waiting for? What kind of belly we have? Why we not close down the damn place, close down Trinidad and Tobago? We cannot live this way all the time. We don't have no justice in Trinidad, no justice in Tobago. Once you're on top, you could do whatever you want with somebody else underneath. All the police are doing is locking up the little black boys. That is all they're doing. What about the high ones? What Jacob is doing? Who is Jacob? How Jacob get there? Who put Jacob there? Why Jacob is doing this to the country of Trinidad and Tobago? You're bringing more division than anything else, Jacob. What is wrong with you? You're born of a woman, you live... What is wrong with you, Jacob? What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you at all? Just for a few dollars more, that is what you're doing to the country, Jacob. Rowley is a human being. Why we can't get Rowley out? Who is Rowley? Who is Rowley? Who is Christopher Rowley? Rowley is a human being. Why are you afraid Rowley? Rowley is not a beast. If we're dealing with the beast, he's still not a beast. Because God does deal with Satan. God does bong Satan. You could bong Rowley too. Oh God, Trinidad and Tobago. What more? What more? How much more can we take? How much more? How much more? How much more? Satan disowned Rowley, we still hold him. What more can we take, oh God? Look, the children, these fellas harassing the children, nobody come out. Mothers, fathers, everybody quiet. If was some Indian doing that, the whole of Trinidad come out. Oh God, all your bias in this country, and all your bias, all your hate, all your own self, all your hate, all yourself in Trinidad and Tobago. All you want is party. Oh God, all hate all yourself. May God help us. Thank you.
That's boy Fox. The Fox is calling on the people, boy.
Thank you, Fox, boy. Fox, oh Lord, Fox, it's sad. This case, this place, boy, Fox, in a real, we at the most dangerous junction. And Fox tonight are asking Rowley Fox if he were questioned in the United States about any bank account, and I also asking Dilwiki Singh if he is partner with anybody with any bank account on foreign soil, and I also ask if anybody know. Let me see that document there.
Yes.
With a number on it.
Yes. This one?
Yeah, the last number.
Yes.
Right. I also asking folks if anybody know about this bank account number. I'm leaving out the alphabetical letter that goes with it. So I'm asking if anybody know this bank account, which is 114515. I asking that question. And I also asking who is Formula 1 trading.
Formula 1.
Yeah, I would like to know. If anybody know, they could tell me who is Formula 1 trading. I would like to know. So these are just some questions I'm putting out there, and we will hear more about it. How much time we have left? 2 minutes?
Yes, sir. Now
So
it's 8:59.
So we have 1 minute to wrap
1
up,
minute,
Corky.
yes.
And Corky, I think I want you
Yes.
to make the closing remarks on this program here tonight.
Wow. Closing remarks?
Of course.
My gosh.
Well, I catch him while you.
I think we really need some help.
I catch him while you. I catch him. I put him in a coma there now. I catch him.
I don't know what to say. Fox and all is kind of fed up.
So while he making up his mind what to say, I just want to tell you, Trinidad and Tobago, that I think it's really and truly time that you stand up in unity
Yes.
to bring better governance to this country.
Yes,
Put aside your ambition. Put aside your ego. Put aside your differences. And let us stand together and do it right. Right? I and Anel Roberts, we forgive Ansel Roger. I ain't saying we forget what happened, you know. I am saying that we forgive Ansel Roger. And we are willing to stand up with Ansel Roger and everybody else in the interests of country. Put aside all differences and ensure that your children and grandchildren have a future which is not under Keith Christopher Rowley and the band of PNM politicians that now sits in the cabinet of Trinidad and Tobago. God bless. I'm out.
Get up.